Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is a Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, November 1st, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Roundtable at seroundtable.com. First up, Google released an awesome new feature within Google Webmaster Tools, specifically called Security Issues. Security Issues is designed around letting webmasters know if they have any security problems, hacks, malware, or anything like that on their website. The tool basically is under Webmaster Tools, and if you do have any errors, it will show you them right there on the screen. It will show you the malware errors and stuff like that, and when you want to actually dig deep into them, it will actually show you the specific code, as you can see here on the screen, that is actually suspicious or the probable area of the issue. And once you go ahead and fix the issue, after Google tells you what the issues are, you can actually hit request a review, and Google then obviously update their search results in a timely fashion to go ahead and include your search results or to remove the malware label from your site. So that's a cool new feature Google released this week. Matt Cutts, like we said a while ago, actually a week ago, announced that there's going to be about a 15% reduction in the authorship and rich snippets that are shown in the Google search results. Specifically, this is worrying some webmasters. They say we spent all this time marking up our web pages and now Google's going to possibly remove it. But that obviously was Google's plan. They wanted small webmasters to adopt this first, and then as people adopted it, they wanted to see how many people adopted it. And then once they have enough, they want to go and make it more, I guess, useful and more, I guess, visible by removing some of the lower quality pages that have it and increasing the number of high quality pages that have it according to them. Google, obviously, this for those who have the rich snippets going forward. I don't know when this 15% reduction is going to happen. Some people are saying it happened already. I don't think it has yet. But when it does happen, it's obviously going to increase the click-through rate on the sites that do have it, and obviously decrease the click-through rates on the sites that have been removed. So you definitely have to prepare for that in any way you can by obviously improving the authority and the richness of your website. Matt Cutts said that having more pages on your website does not directly influence your search rankings in Google. Obviously, that's probably very common and basic to most people, but there are definitely polls we read that asked people, do you think having more web pages on your website influences search rankings? A lot of people think so. Yeah, the answer is yes. Now, it might do so indirectly, meaning Matt Cutts said two things. One is sites with more pages typically have two benefits. One is they have more opportunity to rank for a more diverse set of keyword phrases, assuming your pages are targeting more keywords. So the more pages you have, the more keyword combinations you can actually rank for. And two, typically larger sites have more links to their site and thus may have higher page rank, which Google uses to set the crawl rate as well as the ranking of your website. So the more pages, the more links, the more rankings you have. But again, directly, it doesn't have an influence on your rankings. Google also announced this week that Google had a new feature called app indexing. It's basically a way for developers to mark up their apps, specifically right now Android apps, so that Google could actually find the content within the apps themselves and then provide links in Google search results specifically that open up the app to that specific piece of content. Google calls this app indexing. Basically, this is how you can visualize it. You see a search result, it has an open app link, you click on it, it opens directly to that content within the app. This specifically works right now within the Google Search app version 2.8 or higher, running Android 4.1 or higher, and mobile browsers on Android if the user is only signed in. If you want to be part of this, you have to actually go ahead and participate in a beta test. So you have to actually fill out a form, which we have a link to over here, as well as their specific technical characteristics, kind of like sitemap related documentation and stuff like that you have to do in order to be part of this beta. There are some rumors and rufflings going around that Google is closing the authorship project. It's probably not being closed, but AJ Cohn went ahead and wrote an article saying authorship is dead, long live authorship, specifically describing how he thinks authorship is changing. Othar Hansen, one of the people leading up in Google, a very smart guy in Google, who leads up the authorship, led up the authorship project back for the past couple of years, I believe, is now working on Android. So that's a sign that that department maybe is going away. But he thinks that because Google thinks they've encouraged enough people to use authorship the old-fashioned way, they're now looking for ways to automatically figure out which author is which. And based off of that, they don't really need people to verify their authorship because Google's verifying it automatically for them. So he thinks authorship is still alive in terms of how you see it in the search results, but in terms of you providing that data to Google, it's less important these days going forward. If you want to read more about that, October 28th at seroundtable.com. Google Search and AdWords is adding a new feature, is beta testing a new feature, specifically within the AdWords interface that lets you add a site search combination. So it's a new ad extension. Google has not provided it to more people, but it's basically a beta test. And what you see is a search box directly in the ad that says search within the site. So it's basically a site search ad extension. It's pretty cool. Google has not announced anything yet about it, but it's being tested right now. Google announced they have a new certified partnership program, specifically with AdSense. So they have this with Google Analytics. They have this with Google AdWords. So now Google AdSense partners, Google AdSense publishers or technicians or whatever they might be called, can actually go ahead and become a certified partner and then help people monetize their sites. Google is now testing a new feature. I don't know if it's testing or if it's live. Mike Bloomfield noticed this. Basically, when you do a search, you'll see over here, which I highlighted in larger over here, that Google is actually showing for a specific business listing what service area they actually provide. So you can see this company is based right in the middle over there, but they provide service areas specifically all the way down from Columbus all the way to West Virginia, parts of Maryland, parts of Indiana. So lots of different areas you can see, and it highlights the specific service areas for that business. Obviously, as a local business provider, you actually provide your service areas to Google so they can actually do this, and Google has to determine it to be valid to show a local search result in the Google search listings. Alright, so congratulations to the Boston fans out there. The Red Sox won. But before the Red Sox won, Boston Red Sox fan went ahead and vandalized the St. Louis Cardinals Wikipedia page. And we did a search in Google for St. Louis Cardinals. Up came the knowledge graph, which pulled from the Wikipedia page, and it showed this. You can read it. I'll give you a second. Anyway, that just shows some of the limitations as well as the issues with Google's knowledge graph and using Wikipedia data, which is openly edited, and obviously Google crawled it right after the edit, and Wikipedia fixed it, and then Google crawled it again and fixed it, but it just shows some of the limitations of that, and that's not the first time we saw knowledge graph issues. It comes up fairly often, actually. Google Plus had major announcements this week. I'm not going to go through all of it, but I have a whole document on October 30th talking about some of the major things. Mainly, they have 540 million active users, 1.5 billion photos are uploaded every week, yada yada. The features that they've launched within Google Plus Hangouts are location sharing, animated GIFs, SNS support, more. Some really cool, awesome video hangouts is really pretty cool. Google Plus Photos added Google Plus Gallery, full-size backups, 1,000 more words in computer vision, search images in your library. Auto enhancements is nice, and some bunch of other really cool features. I have a video here of some of the cool features that it has, so definitely take a look at that, October 30th at seroundtable.com. Jill Whalen, basically a legend in their industry. She's been in the industry before most people thought there was an industry in SEO. Many call her the queen of SEO. She has decided that she's no longer needed in the SEO industry. She decided that she wanted to step down. She's able to. She's been working for a long time. Her husband's been working for a long time. And she's saying, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to get out of the SEO business. Congratulations to her. Basically, the reason she said this, and one of the reasons she wanted to do this, not because of the stress or whatever, but she felt like she's been such a spokesperson for white hat SEO, content over links, for so many years, and she has been. I mean, she's been on panels for the past 15, 20 years saying content, great websites over links. And it will come. And finally, she said Google released their Panda and Penguin algorithms, and the search results are preferring good websites and content over links. She thinks, like you said over here, my work here is done. So that pretty much covers, what Jill is up to. She's going to try new things. She's going to experiment with new things. I have a feeling she's not completely gone. I have a feeling we're going to see her more at events in the future, plus hear from her guest opportunities in the future. But congratulations to Jill. There's not more I can say outside of thank you for everything you've done, and obviously your not being in the community anymore will definitely be felt by all of us, but I have a feeling you will be contributing in some sense to the other in the future. Halloween was last night, or today, or whatever, like it was yesterday. And a bunch of search engines had logos. Bing had a sweet, really nice logo, animated logo feature on their homepages. You have to play with it. You have to take a look at our posts. Google also had something going on. So Mr. Jiggles from Google Plus was animated. Ask.com had a nice Halloween thing, and we also had a nice Halloween theme up as well. I should note, Bleko, it's birthday today, so happy birthday to Bleko. And finally, one comment about the Halloween logo from somebody was saying that they found it to be offensive and insensitive to those who practice in that area. So anyway, that pretty much covers the Search Buzz video recap. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable, SERoundtable.com. Today is November 1st. Everyone have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next.